Yo, it's good, everybody. This is GZTV. We're back with another video. This is probably going to be my last video for, I would say, a couple hours. We're going to probably do a new segment tonight. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of reluctant. It doesn't seem like something I'm interested in doing anymore. I like to inform the public. I like to inform my fans, but it's kind of boring. You know, the world's kind of boring right now. I'm kind of fed up with it. You know, Drake dropped a very confusing album, something I don't quite know my feelings about. Honestly, never mind the album. You can go watch my review. Although looking back on it, listening to that record, it's not my official opinion, honestly. I've changed my opinion on some of the stuff. Honestly, I mean, I went from giving this album like a 3 out of 10 to probably bumping it up to a 4 or 5 out of 10. It gets better and better each listen. It's a dance album. I'm not very familiar. This is kind of my updated opinion on the Drake record. I'm not a dance hall guy. It's kind of weird. It's kind of repetitive. I don't see the artistic value in dropping a dance record, but I can see people liking it, just chilling at a party. It's just kind of what that's for. Yeah, this is going to be a short video because I'm kind of just skimming through. I really want to get to this Breaking Bad episode. I'm watching the 12th episode tonight, of course, in preparation to give you guys a review tomorrow. But Gucci Mane and 1017 drop an album, the re-up. Gucci Mane and his label, every once in a while they drop a big collab tape. I think Gucci Mane's pretty much done with his solo career. He's kind of ready to uplift guys like Pooh Shiesty, guys like Big 30, Fujiano, Big Scar, Walk Dog. There's a bunch of guys on 1017. Shout out to all of them, by the way. There was actually one of his producers of his album that commented on my YouTube video a while ago, and if I reacted to it, he probably would come back to my channel, to be honest. But Gucci Mane 1017 drop a record. I'm gonna go back and see who is on that album. I don't really remember. I listened to it while I was at work, so it's kind of a blur. The So Icy Gang, Quavo was on here, Young Miami from City Girls. We had Lil Durk, Nardo, Pooh Shiesty, Key Glock. Pooh Shiesty was a bigger name on the label, Big 30. You had a Lotto feature, stuff like that. It wasn't anything crazy, the tracks were definitely somewhat enjoyable at points on the record, but didn't really stick with me that much. Moving on next to Kevin Gates. I didn't really get a chance to listen to this, but Kevin Gates has released an album. If you're a Kevin Gates fan, make sure you show your man some love with Kaza. The big Thinking With My Dick, that was the biggest single on the record. Juicy J was on there. That's a good song. Honestly, it sounds like the hot boy of this generation, Bobby Shmurda. The hot boy by Bobby Shmurda of this generation. I don't know. It just kind of sounds like that to me. It's a pretty enjoyable track. It's obviously all over TikTok, so that might alter my opinion a little bit on the song, but Kevin Gates definitely did his thing. He had a couple good records. I'm not a huge fan of Kevin Gates, but he's still getting talked about today, and I still regard him as a pretty reputable rapper. Tory Lanez dropping a new single. What is new? Tory Lanez has been shipping out singles left and right like it's money at a strip club. This is City Boy Summer. He's kind of confusing me. I don't know what Tory Lanez is really going for with a new. I think he's dropping a new project. I would almost assume so, and I feel like this project's gonna be full of singles at this point. I'm not really gonna buy into that, but let's see here. The song was alright. It's pretty forgettable, but okay. Eminem and CeeLo Green drop a brand new track for the Elvis soundtrack. Yes, they're making another Elvis movie. Holy shit. I mean, he's so legendary. I gotta give credit to Elvis Presley. Eminem and CeeLo Green linking together for this one. I mean, it's okay. Eminem has some great bars. Some of them seemed recycled. I don't think he tried all that hard on here. CeeLo Green has some pretty decent vocals. Obviously, he's not in his primetime state, but Eminem, pretty cool bars. It definitely, the instrumental fits the theme of the movie. Fits kind of Elvis' style with a little hip-hop twist on it, Eminem saying him and Elvis are almost comparable in a way, and I couldn't agree more. Eminem is the Elvis Presley of rap, type thing. yeah, the fact that Eminem could rap on that beat was quite impressive. Moving on to Chance the Rapper and Joey Badass dropping a new song. Obviously, Joey Badass couldn't drop his album because of sample clearness. People were like, oh, we scared Drake dropped. No, Joey Badass isn't like that. He's not the guy that goes after sales. So I didn't believe that for 1 second. I think it's stupid. I think it's a goofy argument. Honestly, Drake is lucky that Joey Badass didn't drop this week, because I think Joey Badass would have blew Drake's album out of the water. I mean, honestly, Chance the Rapper, Joey Badass. The song isn't that bad. I was a little bit disappointed, but I think Joey Badass is going to come back with something strong. Chance the Rapper's trying to get his feet back on the ground, or get back on his feet here in the rap industry, linking up with Joey Badass. This is one of the bigger collaborations he's done all year. He's released a couple of tracks that were kind of weird to me, but yeah. Let's move on to Logic, because he released a 30-song album, and now you guys are probably going to be like, what the hell, it's 30 songs? It's only an hour 12 minutes, so each song averages a little under 2.5 minutes long, so I think that's really good. I think Logic did a great job at that. He had a little too many singles, so it kind of took the hype out of like a Wiz Khalifa feature, a Russ feature, a DJ Premier feature. I wasn't as hyped for those, but he had so many cameos, so many cool moments. It's a very enjoyable record from Logic here. A lot of people are saying it's one of his best in a while. I don't quite agree. I would say this record's better than everything since No Pressure. This is the best album he's put out in 2 years, and that's saying something, because he has had, this is his third album since No Pressure or whatever. Logic said he had retired because he was uninspired. I mean, that's fair. If it was inspiration that brought the Gathersburg MC back to the booth after a nearly year-long pause to record his 7th and self-proclaimed final studio album for Def Jam, it likely came from some outside help. Final Days creates guest verses from Action Bronson, Currency, Russ Wiz Khalifa. We don't talk about that. Royce da 5'9", that was a really cute, cool feature on there. RZA, AZ, and The Game. Among others. Obviously there was more features, but those were like the most notable. So many people work together on this album, so many people that care about Logic. I love seeing that. Along with voice notes from Aaron Judge, J.J. Abrams, Michael Rappaport, Earl Sweatshirt, guys like that. Just really big names, really interesting people. The bars are here. It is a Logic album after all, along with heaps of gratitude on decades, stories about his life pre-fame on Bleeded, a deep exploration of his relationship with music critic Anthony Fantano on La Donda. Yeah, Anthony Fantano was on the album with the needle drop too, I forgot about that. Showcases his lesser-known MCs on Kickstyle and introducing Nezzy, and even a heartfelt plea for Madlib to return to rapping on Quasi. I thought that was interesting. There's a lot of cool concept tracks on here. This is just a summed-up review. I was going to make a 10-minute video, but I didn't really feel like doing that. Logic deserves a 10-minute video, but there's so much music that I released this week. I just thought I'd just throw it in, But the biggest takeaway from Final Days is that Logic is friends with a lot of talented people, yes sir. And it was important to have them all by his side when he came back to rap. People care about Logic, people want him to continue making albums. This is his final album with Def Jam, but who knows, he could be making more albums in the future with Bobby Boy Records. And honestly, him starting up Bobby Boy Records makes me think he's gonna make more albums. He's gonna put these rappers on the map. So yeah, his son's on the cover, that's a beautiful thing. He's taking the dad thing a little too far, but I'm not going to talk about that. Shout out to Westside Boogie, because he released an album this week. He is definitely West Side. His name definitely describes him very, very well. And Chauncey reacted to this guy's album. Shout out to Chauncey. He's one of my colleagues. He's on a way higher level than me, but obviously he does the same thing as I do, just to a better level. Shout out to Chauncey. But Westside Gun, or Boogie, sorry, I've been listening too much Griselda, huh? More black superheroes. He's got a lot of black superheroes on here, man. Like, at one point, guys like Soulja Boy Tell 'Em, guys like Dram, guys like Smino, guys like Snoop Dogg. Those are great features to have on a record, and I know, I don't listen to albums to look for features, but to get kind of introduced to Westside Boogie, I decided to listen to some tracks with artists on them that I actually respect, and they've built their career, they're established people. I guess Westside Boogie is that. Is he the guy that worked with Eminem? He's the guy that worked with Eminem. Yeah, okay. I'm an idiot. Why did I forget about that? He's had songs with, JID, Six Lack, Snow Allegra. He's had some great records in the past. Let's see. K Camp, Mozzie, DJ Quick. I'm just going through his discog. He's been making music for about 8 years. Yeah, he's been going at it for a while. I can definitely respect his hustle. Shout out to Westside Boogie. Rainy Days is a great song. That's probably my favorite song from him. Conway the Machine was supposed to drop an album, but he didn't, so that's unfortunate. We're going to move on to Duke Deuce, a big collaborator with Young Thug. He released a new album called Crunk Star. That was pretty cool. He had a track with Rico Nasty that was fire. I loved the guitar riffs on it. Doughboy, he had Babyface Ray and Doughboy on a song. He had Lil Yachty on a song. He had Juicy J. Yeah, I mean, he kind of went crazy. He had some really cool songs. The song with Lil Yachty was really good. It's not bad. If I listened to the whole thing in the background while I was playing a video game, I would be fine with it. I would be chilling. Shout out to Duke Deuce for dropping a record. Hot Boy, Lil Mosey came back with a new record called Breathin' Again. It's not bad, but it's definitely different than what Lil Mosey has usually put out, definitely in the past. So, yeah, it was okay. Moneyman dropping a new track, New York, and announcing that he has a new album on the way called Big Money. If it has features on it, I will listen to it, but Moneyman is not a guy I like to listen to individually. I gave the singles a shot. I wasn't too big of a fan, but again, background music, it is what it is. Hitmaker has a brand new track with Fabulous and Jeremy. Make sure you check it out. Fabulous and Jeremy are very iconic artists from, honestly, my generation. Jeremy for sure. I don't know about Fabulous. Fabulous was more for the guys in, their 30s right now, 10 years ahead of me. The song was alright. It definitely has this, Caribbean vibe. I think that's what Hitmaker is known for. I think that's his lane, which I respect. Lucky. This is my favorite song of the week. Lucky, Why Not? I love this song. I don't know why I waited so long to talk about this song, but Lucky gives us a brand new song, Why Not? It's great. I know you guys are going to call him a mumble rapper or something, but I enjoy him. He made a Chief Keef type of song, and I like Chief Keef phonemes, so this song is great. Nate Husser made a song with Lucky, so Lucky has two songs out pretty much this week. Nate Husser is a pretty good rapper. He takes a lot of inspiration from Lil Wayne. Obviously, he's not quite on the level of Lil Wayne, but I can respect him. EBG E Jizzle released a new album, honing some collabs from guys like Moneyman and Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, man. Snoop Dogg's made a lot of people's weeks here. He did that to Westside Boogie. Obviously, Westside Boogie. I mean, he's a bigger artist than E Jizzle. Snoop Dogg and Moneyman were on that record, so I gave those two tracks a spin. Not too bad. Kind of generic, but it wasn't terrible, I suppose. And last but not least, Erica Banks released an EP. Not the best features. You had Bankroll Freddy, you had Beat King, you had Dream Doll. That's about it. But the song with Beat King and Dream Doll was really good. She has a really cool lane. She definitely reminds me of Flo Milli. I actually like Flo Milli, to be honest. When I saw her album on the top 200 list, I wasn't like, oh my god, this is trash. I was like, it probably shouldn't be that high, but I still respect Flo Milli, and I can see a lot of Flo Milli and Erica Banks. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for the video. Just a little bit of a weekly track roundup. Actually, quite a bit of stuff dropped this weekend. I was really hyped for it. Look, music's a little saturated nowadays. I don't like a lot of the stuff I hear, but I still gotta make these videos.